oh man, you know how sometimes you'll hear somebody else say something, like they'll just say a word, but that word triggers a dream or a memory or like all these things. At least it does for me. That's been happening a lot lately because, per usual, so much comes through that it's not that I'm ignoring it, but sometimes you need to for your own sanity. Anyway, somebody just said mountain, and I was like, oh my God. So I think all the ones, there was a few things that were coming through. At one point they kept saying, oh, it's steep. So I kept picturing a mountain, like a steep mountain to climb. And last night, somebody just said mountain now, so it reminded me of a dream I woke up from. I think it was a dream. Sometimes it's hard to tell because sometimes they'll wake me up and then we'll be talking and then they'll show me visions. But it was still in the middle of the night that it occurred. So I don't know if it was a dream or one of those times. Who knows? Nonetheless, at first all I could see was I had these like thin poles that I was jamming into the side of a mountain. And I was climbing up and I was pulling myself up with them. Let me tell you something. Man, it was hard. It was really, really tough. And the way it showed at the end, I'm trying to verbalize the image they're showing me now, which was the same one as last night, where it was almost like I had gotten to the top of this steep mountain, but it jetted out backwards. So it was like I had to climb up, kind of like up, and then under a rock upside down to then, so it was like an edge was sticking out, I suppose, right? And then get on top of it. And so I recall being so focused and fixated on what I was doing because it was extremely challenging and difficult for me. And I am not physically prepared for something like that. And even in that vision and dream or whatever it was, I could tell it was no joke for me. Well, then I had wrapped my arm up and over. But again, mind you, my body at this point is almost dangling because of the lip of the mountain that I had to now climb underneath almost. And so I had to stretch my arm up and over, and then the other one up and over, and I had to pull myself up. And in doing so, I didn't stop. I couldn't stop because I still wasn't safe. And yet I could see a beam of light and like a figure. But again, I couldn't bother with focusing on it because it was like still taking me everything to like pull myself up and in. And it was almost like my legs weren't working at this point. And I kept doing it and kept going even when I was on top of the rock, because for some reason I kept thinking the rock was going to crumble underneath me because, again, remember, it was like a shelf or a lip. And I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I can see it clearly, but I don't know if I'm verbalizing it in a way that you can visualize what I'm visualizing. Nonetheless, I kept pulling myself into the center, and the more I could see, it was this figure in the middle of this bright yellow light. It was really, really yellow. And there was other figures further in the background that were more white behind them. And they were all cheering me on and excited and happy for me. And I remember being so happy and relieved and excited and crying, but also kind of agitated and irritated. Like, do you see me on the ground crawling and pulling and trying, and you're all just clapping and cheering? Does nobody want to come help me? I can't even stand up I was so wobbly at that point. It was kind of funny too, you know, but it was like this mixed feeling where at the same time I had, what kept washing over me was gratitude versus appreciation. It was like grateful that I was done with all that, and grateful that I was over, and grateful that I was safe and that I was on top, and that I could rest and let go. Although I got to tell you, I don't remember after that, but they're showing me now that I roll over on my back, but everything in me is still tense and tight, including holding on to the thin rods in my hand. It's like I want to say frozen in time or something. I'm like frozen in, it's like, it's funny. It's like I'm not, there's no longer fear in my body, but it's like the residual. What is it? What are you showing me? It's almost like, you know how when somebody dies, they'll like shake out or kick out? It's almost that. It's kind of what they're showing. It almost looks like I've died, but everything's still tense. Every muscle's still tense. Everything's still, it's like it needs that time to release or let go or something. I don't know how else to say what they're showing. It's like the fear has been left, yet you wouldn't know it by looking at me. I'm still tense and tight. What are you telling me? Is this like the other ones you were showing where it's like, are you trying to symbolize the death of the ego and it's just the remainder has to shake on out? Maybe. What they're saying, wallops and waves. It goes out in wallops and waves or something. Yeah. They're saying like chunks fall off. That's interesting. They had shown that. Oh my God, sorry. They had shown that quite a few times where like chunks are falling off. But the reason I just said, oh my God, was remember I said the lip, and I kept crawling into the center because I was so worried. The lip is starting to chunk off and fall off. It's like crumbling off. So thank fucking God I didn't stop at the lip, right? And I crawled all the way into the center. What is this message? Don't give up. Keep trying even when you can't. That's so true, isn't it? It does seem like that. But again, I don't know that that's always the right message. It's the right message for the right time, for the right person at the right space in their journey. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why I always got agitated with the stuff like that. Because you could be at another point in your journey where you're really supposed to rest and relax and float up to bliss. Do you know what I mean? It's like knowing when to hold them and knowing when to fold them, knowing when to run, knowing when to not. This idea where it's like you can hear something ring in your ears that people tell you that could be true. It might not be true for right here and right now. It just depends on you. It always is so important that you're in tune with you and you're thinking for yourself. When we lean on these catchphrases or sayings or other people's guidance or wisdom, it could be great guidance. It could be genius. It could be wonderful wisdom. But it's the wrong wisdom for you right here, right now, and you get fucked, right? And then what are you going to do? Blame outside yourself? It was your choice. This is why it's tricky to listen to those outside you. You need to know you, and you need to know what's right and best for you and when. There could be a time where you have to keep pushing and keep pushing through. You're almost there. You're almost at a breakthrough. And there could be other times where it's, no, you need to just have fun and relax and float up to happiness and allow and receive the guidance, the answers from you, from your higher self, from your connection, not outside you. But these are things only you will know. And you might not even know. I mean, there's plenty of times where I have not known. I'm like, I don't know, right? Could go one way or the other. Oh, geesh. All right. They just keep showing me still laying there, stiff as a board. But I'm smiling. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.